I'll help you find the closest beach. Let's ride!
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that.
show me your
Well,
facts.
we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell. Off we go. Need a surfboard?
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as decisive proof of our case.
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
He's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either. When I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. They'd been watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Crosel looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jiqiao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, You would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Faster! Let's ride!
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Ah, Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment. There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
want it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway, you do it! Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second, what is that?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again? Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
So you're the little helper Madam Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like. As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the teapot, didn't she? Let's take them out and have a look.
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed Adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed Adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that Adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible. Ever tried chasing waves before? You wanna try? Well, come on, no time like the present. I'll help you find the closest beach. Faster! Off we go!
It's already dark out. Should we go head to the stage? There are so many people! And I hope everything goes smoothly on Hu-Tao's end so she can get back here and celebrate with us soon. Lady Tianquan, the Gate of Initiation is now ready. We are good to go. Oh, Zhongli! How did we not think of asking Zhongli earlier? Yeah. How did you know that, though? Drat! Paimon totally thought you'd have the answer! Then why were you waiting for us? can do? Huh?
Oh, look! It's Lady Ningguang! Wow! I didn't know she was hosting it herself this year.
It must be because of the ceremony, right? The Ministry of Civil Affairs sent out a notice saying that this year they're doing a whole ceremony when they light up the Ming Xiao lantern.
Fire's almost out. Did we fail?
Did it work? What's wrong? You two look like you've seen a ghost.
Director Hu's rattan figure is broken. I can't sense her presence anymore.
What? How is that possible? You mean Hu Tao? She's... what are we gonna do? Huh? Where'd the Traveler go? A breakthrough? About what? Promise you won't stand us up this time? Okay, I can get behind that. If you're a no-show, I'm sending the Traveler to track you down and drag you back to the dinner table kicking and screaming.
Absolutely. You did 1,000,000 times better than me. Our little girl is the best. We're proud of you, little lady. But we only came to see you because we've missed you. Live in life and die in death. My child, your time has not yet come. Yes, the day of reunion will come in good time. There's no need to rush. Look, someone's here to take you home.
You're finally awake! How do you feel? Does anything hurt? You've been asleep for 2 whole days! If Baiju hadn't insisted that you were just out from exhaustion, Paimon would have been worried sick! Still, it is a relief to see you finally wake up again. Guess Baiju knew what he was talking about. The Knight of Lantern Rite, of course! Hu Tao carried you here on her back. Paimon was so worried to see you unconscious. Thankfully, Zhang Li was there too, and he said you'd be fine. That being said, why did you sneak off without saying a word? Were you trying to beat Hu Tao's record for running away and getting stranded in the border? Yeah, Paimon knows. Hu Tao told us the whole story. Sounds like you did something pretty amazing. You've had a lot of visitors over the last couple of days. Zhang Li, Ningguang, Lan Yan, and pretty much everyone else you could think of. Most of them have probably left by now, but Hu Tao's still waiting out in the main room. She's been there the whole time. Anyway, you stay in bed and get some rest. Paimon will go get Baiju to take a look at you.
More speed.
Let's ride! Carving waves!
Hey, Traveler and Paimon!
Oh, hey, Xiangling! What's up?
You know what's up. Our get-together, of course. Yeah! You are free, right? You are not getting out of this without a very good reason.
We're not the ones who held it up. That was Hu Tao.
Yeah, tell me about it. She thinks being a director gives her a license to be a flake. It's like, unless there's a sizable crowd coming, it's not worth my time. But don't worry. We've agreed that this time, we're not gonna accept any more excuses from her.
Oh? Who's we?
Shincho and I. He said he's been wanting to invite everyone out for a long time. But given the situation with his great-grandfather, he never had the time. But amazingly, on the night of the lantern rite, his great-grandfather suddenly woke up. Shincho was thrilled. And he was finally able to leave the house. So we met up right away and made a plan.
Wow, so his great-grandfather's gonna be all right?
Yup. They had a doctor take a look and everything. He'll be just fine. According to Shincho, his great-grandfather has been eating like Paimon since he woke up. So now, the family's biggest worry is that he'll get indigestion.
Well, that's good news. But somehow doesn't paint Paimon in the best light.
Don't worry, it definitely does. Your appetite represents an optimistic outlook on life. Always eat to your heart's content, lest your chopsticks wither with regret.
Well said, Xiangling. Yeah, that attitude is exactly what got Paimon to where she is today. Yes, for real. Like Xiangling said, always eat till your heart's content. And don't lick your chopsticks. What was it?
Don't worry. Save it for the dinner table, Paimon.
Oh, no problem. But where are we gonna eat?
At Yilong Wharf later tonight. Shincho and the others are still out there. Oh, and Hu Tao said that we'll be joined by a special guest. You'll see when you get there.
Oh, Paimon has an idea. But she'll keep it to herself for now. Huh? Who? Well, we'll see who guessed right later tonight.
The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle the rest.
Yeah, he gets my vote too, being my ancestor and everything. Oh, and also the Silver Swallow.
Huh? Is no one gonna pick the Yunlai Angler? Even the Yuheng said that her sword fighting style comes from the Yunlai Angler's rod wielding techniques. Oh, everyone's here already! Hu Tao, your hat! Ooh, so now you and the Traveler have matching plum branches. But, anyway, what are you all up to?
We're debating who's the best out of the 8 adepts.
Has Shincho been getting you into light novels? Come on, enough with the debate already! Everyone's here now, so let's eat! Paimon, you're up! It's time to share your grand philosophy of life with everyone. Okay, one sec. It's like, always eat to your heart's content, lest you're... what was the rest again? Ah, right, yeah, that's it. Always eat to your heart's content, lest your chopsticks wither in regret. So is it time to dig in now? Paimon, did you forget about our special guest? Oh, right! Paimon remembers now! Actually, Paimon guessed who it is already, but, you know, no point in saying it out loud or anything. Yes, Actually, it's obvious who it is. It's... you know who. Traveler, a little help?
Whoa! Isn't that the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe?
Amazing. I never would have expected to see her all the way out here in Yilong Wharf.
Aw, that's so nice! She's doing a whole new performance for everyone who couldn't attend last time.
In the past, you may have uttered something to the tune of this. Though the last displays a measure of talent, it is nothing more than Shenhe or Ganyu could have achieved if placed in the same circumstances. With all of that said, I realize the name of the young lady from the funeral parlor is still unknown to me. Ah, so Hu as in butterfly, and Tao as in Tao Du. A fine name. Fitting indeed. I say, I was merely trying to liven up the mood. Why is Hu Tao permitted to make mischief while I am not?
There's gotta be some wild herbs around here. It's beautiful. By the way, sounds like you and Hu-Tao were up to something on the night of Lantern Rite. She didn't go into detail, but it must have been big. I thought we were gonna grab dinner together that night. I set up a whole table of food and everything. I waited until midnight, but nobody came. So my dad offered to wait outside while I went to bed. I tried to keep watch with him, but it was late, and at that point, I couldn't keep my eyes open. Then, I had a dream that Hu-Tao was standing in front of me, brushing my hair with the branch of a peach blossom tree, and singing some kind of weird song. I wanted to grab her and ask what was going on, but I couldn't move or make a sound. In the end, I shouted, "Don't you scare me, Hu-Tao!" Nearly flung myself off the bed and scared my dad all at once. Ha! So you admit it! Luckily, Shinsho filled me in later. He said you were working on some kind of array. That's not exactly my thing, but it sounds complicated. By the end, you were probably so hungry you couldn't see straight. Honestly, you need to start taking care of yourself. I could have at least packed you some rice buns for the road. Your punishment is to eat at my place for the rest of the festival. Thank goodness everything worked out. For me? Thank you. It's beautiful. Likewise, I hope your year treats you well. Although, I'm sure you're someone who can take that into your own hands. I have no doubt that you can turn any bad situation on its head. As expected of the great hero of Liyue and the esteemed guest at the Tianxuan, your words exude confidence. Anyway, you and Hu-Tao solved the problem with the border, and now my grandpa doesn't need to worry about getting yelled at because of his fortunes. In that sense, I guess this year's Lantern Rite was a huge success. I wish you health, success, and happiness in the new year.
Need a surfboard? Off we go. Need a surfboard? Need a surfboard?
Let's ride!
Off we go.
Carving waves!
The best stuff's always at the bottom.
This medicine is all set. I'll have Herbalist Gui deliver it in a bit. Ah, that's very considerate, thank you. How have you been feeling the past few days? There was nothing miraculous about it. Simple medical treatment, nothing more. Your constitution is strong. You were covered in fetor, but your cardiovascular system remained unaffected. The real miracle is the fact that you walked away from the array with no lasting damage. Don't worry. It's just exhaustion. I stayed up all night writing prescriptions. There's no need to worry. I know what I'm doing. Come find me if you begin to feel unwell. I can provide you with some restorative medicine. Never forget, even minor symptoms can be important warning signs. It's all right, Changsheng. I know what I'm doing.
we go.
Faster!
Off we go.
Howdy. Please, get straight on in.
Hello, nice to meet you. Everything's ready.
Let's get down to business.
Witness my rise. Transfixed.
Enhanced animal module 75.
Finally,
Witness the power of Guhua!
This is where you fall. Overruled.
Everybody stand back! Swirl, Mark 2!
Witness my rise. Transfixed.
Let me weave you a verse.
I'm going in!
Everlasting as the moon.
Justice will prevail! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from
I got you covered!
Hunt them down. Ready.
You asked for it! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Here's backup!
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight. Loaded. Shoot. Into the shadows. Time to testify.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from... Hands where I can see them!
Ready.
Ills be gone.
Let's get down to business. Time to say hello.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Dancing in the wind.
Barry, what you got?
Closing in.
Go! You're free now!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night...
Rain cutter.
Ills be gone.
Prepare yourself! Let's do this then! Time to say hello. Yes, you are. Will.
Justice will prevail!
Try not to enjoy this too.
Supporting fire!
You asked for it!
Midnight Phantasmagoria. Here's backup!
Final warning! Drop your weapons! Hands where I can see them!
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Do not attempt to resist!
Fire it up!
Stop right there!
I got you covered!
Justice will prevail! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day! Drop your weapons! Hands where I can see them!
Let's spark things up a little.
Here's backup! Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Stop right there! Justice will prevail!
Submit for judgment!
Everybody stand back! What a nuisance. Punishment! Yeah! You can't run!
From whence you came!
I'm going in! Shiver! Teamwork is dreamwork! Why do they never miss?
Spirit Blade!
Judgment!
Lights out.
Yeah! Yeah! I'm going in! Huh. Ta.
That's quite a crowd over there.
Hi everyone. I'm Sansa, and I'm working on becoming a bard. Thanks for coming out today, and I guess I'll start the song now. All goes quiet on Star Snatch Cliff. High in the trees, all is... Oh wait, sorry, that's not right. High in the trees, no whiff of the wind, no sign of the birds, no flapping of wings. Then it goes... Pause. Pause for a moment, and... Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now?
The 42nd and 90th time?
Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song. But my first time performing it live. I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. I guess I need to figure out what I was doing right on my 42nd and 90th attempts and keep practicing.
Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of how you've been practicing. Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions. can give you pro tips from an audience perspective as a highly seasoned and professional audience person.
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me. Give me a second. Let me just check my notes. Or, actually, why don't I just give you my notes so you can read them for yourself?
Notes about what?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second half. That's just my random thoughts on other people's performances and trying out different instruments.
Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library. So are you like a music scholar, collector, librarian?
Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard. Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never seems stressed out at all. And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been practicing in secret.
Venti!
Ah! Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from? Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude.
A whoosh?
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me, so it would be my honor. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on songwriting from you? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. I was just worried if I stayed quiet now, I might be too shy to ask later, and I didn't want to let the opportunity slip by, so I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make this weird. Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, give me a second.
Huh? But then, why did her performance go so badly despite all the effort she put in? There's gotta be a reason for it.
I guess I just lack that natural talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh? Oh, let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window. His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that stirred my heart. I remember thinking to myself, If I became a bard, could I be free like him? Yeah, that's it. I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. As soon as the performance starts, I get tongue-tied. What? But I can't even get my words out.
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest self in order to share that with others. Yeah! That makes a lot of sense! Oh, thank you all so much. I'll be sure to take that to heart.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most professional and freest audience you'll ever find.
That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. For once, I didn't stumble over my words. Oh, I'm so happy. Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind. I could roam freely, and nothing could stop me.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show. Wait, a cat?
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing, it always comes to sit on the windowsill and listen in.
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem?
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to repay you.
Gone like the wind.
I can hardly believe I got a personal lesson from Venti himself. I must find time to thank him properly. Oh, and of course, I owe you two a huge thank you as well. I can't offer much, but why don't you take this songbook? It's from back when I was studying. I noted down all kinds of tunes from many parts of the world. Maybe you'll find it useful. Oh, and as well as tunes, I also collected all kinds of instruments. You're welcome to try them out anytime you want. It'll be great to have another musician to trade tips with.
Awesome! We'll definitely take you up on that.
This is Fatui territory, you hear?
I'm gonna sing it one more.
Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Need a surfboard?
Let's ride! Amazing!
Come a little closer. Shudder!
Go.
Touche! Beg for mercy. Shudder! Beg for mercy. Yeah. More speed. Crush! Yeah. The odds are...
I didn't feel...
Vengeance will be mine! Shudder!
Should replace my hammer.
Crush!
Picked the wrong test subject.
I can put these to good use. Need a surfboard? You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.
What the? It's a city? A whole city that's floating in the air! Upside down? Just look at this place. Doesn't it remind you of something? Wait, what was it again? Yes, that's it! It's just like that. Just as strange, just as upside down, and just as spooky. In which case, maybe whatever's going on in the chasm really is connected to the Abyss Order. Oh, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Oh?
The feeling is mutual. I certainly hadn't expected to meet you here either.
Long time no see, Dane. Wait, but how did you suddenly end up here in the chasm?
The chasm? So we're in the depths of the chasm, are we? Interesting. This is one place where I have never set foot before. I understand how you must feel. Last time we met suddenly and parted hastily. Now our paths cross again. Fate, it seems, owes you an explanation. That much should be self-explanatory. I came upon the trail of another Abyss Herald recently and began pursuing it. Unfortunately, I got as far as cornering him before he resorted to the same trick that they all do. I was hot on his heels when I followed him through the portal, but as usual, it was to no avail. It took me to the wrong place. Correct. Based on my recent experiences, I can only conclude that the Abyss's portals are not simply pathways from point A to point B, but gateways to an entire network. Where they emerge on the other side is their choice. It can be anywhere within the network.
Sounds kinda similar to how teleport waypoints work.
In short, though I was right behind your twin last time when I entered that portal, the next moment that I realized where I was all alone, back in the ruins known as Storm Terror's lair.
Oh yeah, about that! Whatever happened to the Eye of the First Field Tiller?
It's in a safe place. You can be sure that I will learn the truth of the Loom of Fate operation sooner than it could ever fall into the Abyss Order's hands. Huh. So that title stuck in your memory. I by no means went out of my way to conceal it from you. It once stood for the glory of Kanria, but now it is but a cruel joke. My curse to bear. Twilight Sword was my title as captain of the Royal Guards when I witnessed the destruction of my entire homeland firsthand. I believe my reluctance to raise it in conversation is quite justified.
Sounds like your brother was right.
We were travel partners. We both partook in a painful journey of searching for our fate. But regrettably, we did not make it to the journey's end together. Before you continue questioning me, I ought to warn you. If my suspicions regarding the portal network are correct, then the fact that there is a portal leading here tells us that the Abyss Order has their eyes on this location.
You mean the Abyss Order is plotting something here? Actually, Paimon and the Traveler suspected that too.
I mean that it's highly likely that even as we speak, the Abyss Order is watching our every move.
Don't say that! You're giving Paimon goosebumps.
A wise choice. There appears to be light from a fire coming from near that rocky wall. Let's take a look.
Need a surfboard? Off we go.
There are signs of hilly churl activity here. Could these be the hilly churls the Requester was talking about?
Requester? In fact, hold on. You still haven't told me what you're doing here. I doubt that most travelers would have any reason to venture down this way.
We took a commission from the Adventurers Guild to investigate the chasm. Apparently a whole load of hilly churls have been gathering here, and the Requester wants to know why. And now it looks like we finally found our first clue.
Do you want the answer?
Huh? You mean, you know something about this?
As it happens, I do. It's understandable that you did not perceive anything unusual. What makes this place so strange is that the environment here weakens the effect of the curse.
The curse? Oh, Paimon remembers! Last time you guys were saying that Conria's people were cursed to immortality or something.
For centuries, I have suffered daily from the curse that was laid upon me. But here, I suddenly feel a small amount of relief from this suffering. And right here, right now, I can feel my body sending a strong message to me. It is telling me, stay.
So, this place weakens the curse? That's pretty incredible. But how?
That I shall need to investigate. But to the best of my knowledge, the Abyss Order does not have the technology to achieve this. Indeed. Do you know why Hilichurls wear masks? It's to hide their appearance, lest they catch sight of their reflection in a body of water. Compared to how they remember themselves, it is a terrible sight to behold, one that causes them great despair. The curse of immortality denies death to those afflicted with it, and yet, it does not truly mean that they will never die.
So, you mean there's a way to undo it?
No. I mean that the body and soul will continue to be eroded until they are virtually non-existent, even if death is not the form that this erosion takes. When the Hilichurls realize that the end is nigh for them, it seems their instinct is to seek out a calm and dark corner of the world in which to finally say goodbye to the centuries of suffering they have endured. And of all the places they could lay down to rest, one that can ease the effects of their curse would surely be their first choice.
Wow. That's so...
Conversation's over. Brace yourselves.
What is it?
We're under attack.
Carving waves!
Try not to enjoy this too.
Freeze to the core!
What were those? And why did they attack us all of a sudden?
Black Serpent Knights. They once belonged to the Royal Guard of Canria.
Wait a second. Royal Guard? So, they used to be your troops?
Yes, they were. But now, The curse engulfs them, and they fight with none of the honor they once had.
Because they've become pawns of the Abyss now?
Let's continue on.
Wait! Dane!
Seems we missed one. Wait, stand down. There's something different about this one. It's disappeared.
What the heck? What was going on with that one? Was it trying to say something?
How is this possible? How could he have retained self-awareness for 500 years without it? But more importantly, why did he seem so familiar? That would be a miraculous outcome indeed for a cataclysm that brought total doom and destruction. Or perhaps it was just a coincidence. We should press onward to the city.
Looks like there's a strange energy surrounding the city. We can't go any further. Guess there should be a mechanism or something around here, right? Traveler, looks like it's time to get into ruin exploring mode.
Don't waste your time.
Huh?
Kanria's technology, abyssal power. Two things I couldn't be more familiar with. They're just cheap tricks to me.
Okay, so the Abyss Order really is trying to hide something here, right? Dan seems like he really understands what's going on here. No wonder the Abyss Order doesn't want him around.
Not necessarily. The closer we draw, the more I am inclined to conclude that these ruins belong to a more ancient civilization still. The Abyss Order simply got to them before anyone else.
Even older than Kanria? Whoa, Paimon can't even imagine back that far.
That said, the architecture here does somewhat resemble that of Kanria. At least, it would if it were the other way up. Let's head toward the light over there. Mind your footing on the way ahead. It's a long way down.
Need a surfboard?
Black Serpent Knights! Is this where they're based? Or wait, are they guarding something here?
We are likely drawing near to whatever the Abyss Order is trying to hide. Let's take them out first.
Check this out! Best of luck! Let's ride! Surf's up! Ha! Oh, chill out!
Crush! Huh. Huh. Beg for mercy.
Hey, look! Vines! You should be able to climb up, right? Oh no! More Black Serpent Knights! Huh? They're not coming after us! Are they just trying to scare us off? Knights seem like they're hiding something behind them.
Hold on, I think they...
They're coming! Quick, get them!
Shudder! Faster! Amazing! Let's shred, Darcy!
Orders given. Orders received.
Flood of frost! Beg for mercy. Huh? Crush!
Whew, that was the last of them. Now, let's see what it was they were trying to hide. Huh? What's this?
So, the Black Serpent Knights have nothing to do with the Abyss Order's secret. Huh. I should have guessed.
So, what exactly is going on with these hilly churls?
As I said, for these hilly churls, the end is nigh. They have grown old and fearful of the light, even become one with the darkness. And yet the curse continues to corrode them.
But why would the Black Serpent Knights want to stay here and guard them? More of them are closing in! It's him! The guy that came out of nowhere and disappeared again! And now they're retreating! Did he just order them to do that?
Halfdan?
Whoa, whoa! What? You recognize him?
Could it be? If it's as I suspect, then this is a truly tragic state of affairs.
Dane?
You want to know why they were gathered here guarding the hilly churls, don't you? It's because as far as the Black Serpent Knights are concerned, they're simply doing their duty. The one who ordered them to retreat just now, I suddenly recognized him. I knew him as a young man, an elite in the royal guard of old. His name is Halfdan.
So, he's from 500 years ago too?
To this day, I still remember the final orders I, the Twilight Sword, gave to Halfdan on the day of disaster in Khaenri'ah, before I made haste back to the palace. Inform all Black Serpent Knights to protect the people of Khaenri'ah at all costs. Because we, of course, were royal guards. But this would mean nothing in the events that followed. Royals, gentry, common folk, these identities made no difference. Against the might of the gods, the only identity that mattered was being from Khaenri'ah. These Black Serpent Knights have lost their intellect, but perhaps, in whatever remains of their minds, they are still protecting the people of Khaenri'ah. If you see these ruins as Khaenri'ah in the throes of disaster, and these hilly churls as the people crying for help, then suddenly I can make sense of what I'm hearing. Their growls are less of a threat and more of a warning.
Then, what are they saying?
Though it is barely discernible, I can just about make it out. They keep repeating a word from the old language of Khaenri'ah. Run. Even I have to admit, the fact their will is strong enough to survive 500 years of erosion, it is nothing short of a miracle, born from hopelessness.
Oh, so Paimon had them all wrong.
It doesn't matter. Even I took them for enemies for a moment. Let's keep heading toward the light at the top. I believe the Black Serpent Knights will no longer try to stop us.
Sure enough, we aren't seeing any more Black Serpent Knights. Guess that half-damn guy really did recognize Captain Dane, huh? Why so quiet?
I'm just thinking, nothing more. If you're trying to console me, I can assure you there is no need.
Fine. upside down. Oh, wow! This is a pretty amazing place! Dane, do you have any idea at all how it works?
The pool must be part of the entire city structure, a relic of this ancient civilization. And more importantly, it is the very thing that is weakening the curse. Here, my whole body feels more at peace than it has in a long time. The effect is stronger here than it was before. And I think it's because that water pool has something akin to a cleansing effect.
Cleansing? So that means the water in that pool can wash away the curse for good?
No, that would be impossible.
How are you so sure?
I have lived with this curse for 500 years, and I have been fully conscious the entire time. Suffice to say, no one understands the curse like I do. It is a way of branding us at the level of the fate of the world itself. When a god applies a curse, it takes effect at a higher level of reality than the person themselves. Even now, I can feel the curse slowly permeating my entire being, becoming part of me, slowly but surely replacing me. Perhaps it may be possible to suppress the corrosive effect of the curse for a time, but cleansing it entirely, consider it tantamount to burning away an integral part of your body. It is not a process that one could ever hope to survive.
Huh? Cleansing the curse cost you your life? Whoa. An irreversible curse! Paimon can't even imagine!
In any case, I can feel that the water's cleansing effect is not nearly potent enough. At most, it might suppress the curse, but a little.
So, what's that contraption there? It looks kind of out of place.
Frankly, I have never seen a device of this design before either. It is not unreasonable to suspect that it could belong to the Abyss Order. But what could they be planning to do here?
Oh, that gave Paimon a fright! So, all the doors are open now? Halfdan's back again!
Halfdan, do you have something to say to me?
He ran off! But he didn't disappear like last time.
He's indicating that we should follow him. Are you coming?
True. So, we going then? Looks like Halfdan disappeared at the far end of this path.
Perhaps whatever lies ahead is what he wants us to see. Let's keep going.
There are more signs of hilichurl activity here. Is that way into the hilichurl camp? Let's go see. It's a humble hilichurl camp. Oh, these hilichurls look like they're in pretty bad shape, too. Some of them look like they've already taken their final breath. Is this what Halfdan wanted to show us?
Whether it is or not, everything here is worth investigating in detail. Inspect the area. Leave no stone unturned.
Seems like these hilly trails have no life left in them at all. Before long, they'll become one with the darkness. The hilly trails we meet in the wild are always so rowdy. Paimon never would have imagined that this is how they spend their final days. We may not have a whole lot of happy memories dealing with hilly trails, but still, Paimon hopes they're at peace in their last moments. Hilly trails usually store food in crates like these, right? But these seem pretty much empty. Is it because they're so near to the end that they don't need to eat anymore? Even if they don't need to eat anymore, Paimon bets they still miss food for the flavor. There's even a bonfire here, like what hilly trails build in the wild. Wait, but wasn't Dane saying that hilly trails get scared of the light when they reach the very end of their lives? Maybe, in the very, very end, they still want to feel some light and warmth. Oh. Just thinking aloud here. Could also be another reason. How did that flower get this far underground? Did someone bring it in memory of the deceased hilly churls? Hey, now that you mention it, Paimon thinks it looks kind of familiar too.
It is the national flower of Kanria, the Intivat. It once bloomed all over the nation. It would only last 2 weeks before wilting. But if you were to pluck one and take it out of Kanria, the petals would stop growing and turn hard. Only when it finally returned to its home soil would the petals grow soft once more, and finally turn to dust. So the Intivat is a symbol for a wanderer far from home, signifying the tenderness of the homeland.
So for this flower to get here, it must have been brought from...
Your Highness, so the proposal finally has your blessing?
In focusing single-mindedly on confronting the heavenly principles, we neglected our original mission, the revival of the homeland. I should not have been so indecisive.
The device is almost ready. We await your command.
What are the chances of succeeding?
Theoretically speaking, approximately.
Forget it. Even a 1% chance is enough. For too long have we dwelt in the abyss. Surely they would rather return to the natural cycle of life and death as soon as possible than continue to exist as they are, without a shred of dignity. They cannot be made to continue paying the price for those so-called sins.
The Order is most fortunate to be graced with your decision.
Ether!
You saw something, didn't you? Can you tell me what it was?
Yeah, you zoned out for quite a while there.
Huh. Well, people do say that twins have a special connection. It sounds as if they are attempting to make use of certain equipment to cleanse the curse. It could well be the device we saw earlier. And you say he mentioned the revival of the homeland, correct? No surprise there. Stubborn as ever. It appears as if the Abyss Order plans to use this location to cleanse the Hilly Churls of their curse and restore them to the way they once were. Then, they will serve as the foundation for reviving the nation of Kanria. After all, there can be no nation without a people. It is the height of foolishness. They have no chance of success, not even a 1% chance. I told you already that no one knows this curse better than I, having lived with it for 500 years. There is no redemption. There is no undoing the curse. Trying to remove it by force will achieve nothing but to inflict further suffering. So make sure you are clear in your mind. You have to tell yourself, they are no longer human. If you cling to false hope and allow yourself to become too emotionally invested, the only way is down. You will end up just like them, mired in hypocrisy. Save your strength for something worth saving. Oh? But of course, I am merely someone you hired for a task, while he is your brother. It is only natural for you to side with him. But whatever decision you make cannot deter me from mine. My chosen path is to stop the Abyss. If we have reached an impasse, then perhaps this is where we should say, I see. It seems that the 3 questions I put to you on our first meeting were worthwhile. You have developed your own individual views on this world. Very well. Since you have volunteered your true thoughts on this matter, I shall not hide mine from you. Right now, I have a more immediate agenda than stopping the Abyss. That is to say, the Abyss's actions here directly dishonor the final wishes of Halfdan and my other compatriots. I cannot allow this to proceed. The Abyss may appear at any moment. Be on your guard at all times as we proceed.
We can see the Upside Down City from here, too.
Wait, watch out!
What's going on? Is that light coming from the room in the center? It's too bright!
The mutation is continuing. Has the Abyss made its move already?
Dane Smith, I see your incessant meddling continues, and that you have once again joined forces with our Highness's kin. Regrettably, I was not in time to control your exit from the network, and it sent you here of all places. This was a catastrophic error.
I am surprised that you dare to face me. You ran like a coward last time.
Our Highness's will must be done. All interferences must be removed, whatever the price to pay. This time, the curse that torments our people must be undone, once and for all.
You are the only ones who torment them. There is nothing else left of those Hilly Churls. Nothing besides the curse itself.
Say what you wish. I am going nowhere, Dainsliff.
Then you will give your life just to delay the inevitable. How absurd. But since you wish to persist, then so be it.
You really think you can use that device beneath the pool to cleanse this curse?
Do not underestimate the ways of the Abyss. That device can amplify the cleansing effects of the water not tenfold, but 100-fold.
Then I overestimated you. This plan is even cruder than I thought.
Beg for mercy.
The world will fall. The end is nigh.
Come a little. Don't be such a brute.
The world will fall.
Freeze to the core. Shudder.
Will come.
Wow.
The end is nigh.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
The world.
You've been hunting this Abyss Herald for ages! Now you finally got him!
There's no time to celebrate. The Abyss Order's device is activating, but there's still time to destroy it.
Alright, let's go!
Look, the amplification device. Am I too late? They're in agony. This is no way for them to meet their end. Find a way to stop that thing. Dan, don't do it! I thought he would have been turned to ashes in an instant. Halfdan's soul is extraordinarily resilient.
Meddling fool! Encumber us no more!
Don't you have a greater encumbrance to worry about? Come on. This is your grand opportunity to get rid of me.
Dainsleif!
Take him out and deactivate the device.
Behold, the Abyss has come.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Hear the
Cosmic
truth.
wave!
The gift of grace. Peace be with you. My holy proclamation.
for mercy.
The word
Good
of
grief.
joy. Grace be upon you. Peace and hope find you. Hear ye the word of joy. Shall set you free. The power of revelation.
Crush. Shudder. Crush.
Shall set you free. Grace be upon you. The power of revelation. The truth shall endure.
What do we do now? The Abyss Lector's gone, but the device won't stop. And Halfdan.
No! As long as the device is active, the cursed are rendered powerless. Only you can take on the Abyss. If you value his sacrifice, then do not waste any more time here. See all these rays of light and portals? They must have installed several of these energy devices in various locations. Find them, quickly!
So, we have to go through these Abyss portals? Hey! Wait for Paimon! Carbon wave! Sursa!
Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Beg for mercy. Shudder. Beg for mercy.
The Hilly Trolls are really suffering. Oh, wait! Dane!
Blood of frost. Crush. Beg for mercy.
Let's ride! Amazing! Quick! Destroy the devices and put an end to the Hilly Troll suffering! Chill out!
Opening box of Adepti tricks. Faster.
Crush. Beg for mercy.
Freeze to the core! Shudder! More speed.
Let's spark things up a little.
Beg for mercy. Shudder. Crush. Flood of frost.
Okay, it's gone dark all around now. Shall we head back to the room in the center?
Time to scout.
So, that's it, right? The device is fully shut down now?
The burning sensation has indeed stopped.
So, we managed to stop the Abyss Order's plan?
Let me check.
Dane must be really upset. Of all the ways to be reunited with one of his former comrades after so long, this is rough.
Let's go.
Huh?
Light.
Apologies, Captain Dainsleif, Twilight Sword. Back then, I failed you and failed to protect our people.
No. For 500 years, you have faithfully done your duty. To this day, I am proud of you all.
Conria didn't fall, did it? Since you're still here.
Correct. So, no need to revive the homeland.
That was Halfdan's soul.
More than one kind of strange power exists here. Souls are no strange sight under the circumstances. Still, if you intend to venture deeper in and continue your investigation, you ought to be careful.
You bet! We'll be super careful! Oh, but Dane, does this mean you're not coming with us?
That device took a severe toll on me. It will take me some time to recover.
Oh, right. Well, actually, Paimon already knew that. You've clearly been pushing through the pain this whole time. You've earned a good rest, Dane. Oh, you should take a vacation!
Vacation? The very notion. This word has no business being in my vocabulary. There are more important things that demand my attention. The Loom of Fate operation is still underway, and I suspect that these amplification devices are connected to that plan. Thank you for understanding. I only hope that next time we meet, you know whose side you're on.
Sheesh. He sure knows how to hold a grudge, saving that snide remark right until the end. Well, shame that we didn't get to see your brother again, but at least we learned some useful info, huh? As long as you keep pressing on with your journey, you guys will definitely meet again, and everything will be back to normal. Right? Oh, Paimon almost forgot. The real reason we came here was to investigate what was going on with the Hilichurls, wasn't it? We've probably seen enough to report back to the miner now, but, how are we going to explain it to him? This is all way too complicated for regular people to understand. We'll figure it out. Just don't forget about the commission when we're done here.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Everything's ready. Let's go! Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Xiangling. I'm a chef from Liyue.